Alright guys, so we are playing with multi-dimensional arrays today. And let me do the thing. I don't know why it does this. Okay, cool. Excellent. I'm going to explain quickly what I'm going to do as I'm setting up main because I cannot talk and type fast. Um, Basically, we're going to load it column-wise, which means we're going to assess the columns first and then go row by row, filling it, and then we're going to print it the opposite row-wise, which means we're going to go row by row, checking the columns of each. So we're going to go down and then uh, fill it that way, and then left to right, printing it that way. Okay, so we're going to set up our array, and now this is not super, since this is pretty basic, we can set it up kind of normally and size it like this. I'm going to go ahead and say fill array, even though that doesn't exist yet. It's going to be upset with me. Print array. Okay, so let's hop up and make these public static. This can be void. We're going to say fill array. Why is it Fibonacci? That's not what I want. Fill array. Thank you. Array. And over here, create the print so it stops yelling at me. Print array. Wonderful. So let's do this one first. We will need, because of its parameters for the specific project, we just want a value starting at 1 so that we can increment it. We're going to set up a for loop. What I am going to do is, so we don't get too confused, I'm going to change this to column. Okay. And now, because this is going to be a pretty square 2D array, we can access our column length like this, and then we can set it like that. So it's going to be column row, and then we just want to increment our value, and that's going to fill our array. So a lot of spaces that I don't like, we can get rid of that. We don't need to return it because it's going to pass the array bound value. Wonderful. And so we can literally just do the opposite right here. We're going to hop out and give us a little print line. And so theoretically, this should give us the funky print we're looking for. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's how we know we're filling it column wise, and it's going to print it opposite. Okay, so let's see if we can do that again within. Time. These. Wonderful. And then static void, print array. Wonderful. So as I said before, we need our int value. We want to make that equal to 1. I need that. We're going to change this to row, so we're going to change this around. Or excuse me, change this to column. Change this to column, and as long as the column is less than the array 0 dot length, so that's going to be as long as the column we're incrementing is less, let's say row, and row, and then pass the column. Oh my goodness. You gotta love tab. Cool. And so I did that for speed because it knows what we want. But essentially, to explain it, what we're doing is as I said, we're incrementing the column and we're checking if it is greater than the length. Since it's a square, checking this print, it's going to check this first one. It knows that it's 5 in there. Okay, cool. So we're initializing it to 5. Wonderful. So that means that as long as this column we're incrementing is less than 5, we're going to keep going. Excellent. Or the index is less than 4. Cool. Or is less than or equal to 4, whatever. We're going to increment that. And then inside the inner loop, that's when we're going to check the rows. So we're starting here, and then we're going to go to the rows. That's where we get the 1, 2, 3, and that's where it's in the inner value. As we're printing it, though, we're going the opposite way. So, and this is a little bit harder to tell because it happens so fast, but since the rows are on the outside and the columns are on the inside, what it's doing is we're stepping through the rows first. So we're going to check the rows. We're going to start here, and then it's going to print each column next. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the printing, and that's how we get that.